We are here at the Undisputed Boxing Gym in San Carlos with bantamweight, super bantamweight now, champion Nonito, the Filipino Flash Donaire. And Nonito, going into your fight in July with Jeffrey Matabula, what are your thoughts on your opponent?
I think that the biggest challenge I've got. I mean, I've never faced a guy who's 5'10" or even taller than me in my career. So we are working really hard and trying to figure out and get around the long range that Matabula has for me. So it's the biggest challenge so far for my career to be fighting a guy who's 5'10".
In your opinion, what fights are the fans clamoring for you to have and engage in next?
I mean, there's a lot of fight there. In Asia, they want me to be fighting with Nishioka, and I think that's an incredible fight. And again, they have the Rigondeaux fight, and of course, the more clamored fight that I mean, a lot of people are clamoring of seeing or pushing is the Mars fight. I think that those three fights are the main fights at 122, and I'm more than willing and welcome to make that fight happen for them.
Do you get the feeling that fans are becoming impatient now after, more than a year's passed since the Montiel fight, and you were riding high after that fight? A lot of people had you in their pound-for-pound top 5.
Definitely, but sometimes a lot of people don't understand what goes through behind the negotiation process. I mean, there was a Victor Chinyan rematch that was set for August 21 and never happened, on and off a couple of times. So there's a lot of negotiation processes that people don't understand and don't see, and we do try our best to fight the guys. I mean, fighters, no matter who they are, they're not afraid to fight. That's why we're fighters. It's just a matter of making the right negotiation for everyone to agree on, and that's pretty much how it goes. And if people agree with it, with the right amount of money, with the right amount of deals and dealings and negotiation with the promoters, it can happen. But again, this negotiation process is what I mean. Like you see the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. People are wanting to see that, but there's just a lot of things that goes on with it.
Between Mares, Rigondeaux, and Nishioka, have any of them in particular been making the negotiations difficult?
I think that the easiest negotiation right now would be with Nishioka, because he's willing to. I don't know what the deals are with them, but we've reached out with all the other guys. At least I put the names to be fighting with whoever it is out there. But I think that with my name and their name, because everyone has their pride as a champion. Of course they're gonna price themselves higher.
Given that Nishioka came to Las Vegas to fight Rafael Marquez, do you think he would do the same for you?
I think so. For me, I'm willing to fight anywhere. It doesn't matter for me. If they say go ahead and go, I'll do it. Like I said, just put the name of the guy next to me in my contract. It doesn't matter who it is.
Do you have a fight lined up for after the Matabula fight?
Well, they say that we do have a fight lined up for them, but again, anything can fall. They've given me a name, so hopefully that we can negotiate. I mean, back then when Montiel and I were supposed to fight at 115, it never happened until we were 118. Or me and Arce were supposed to fight at 112, but it never happened. So there was just a lot of things, negotiation that just never happened. I mean, I was supposed to fight with a lot of guys. It just never happened. So
can you give us a hint about who that name is?
There's just a couple. There's a name. Like I said, I don't want to jinx myself with whoever I'm fighting. I do want to fight that person. Whoever, but for me, it doesn't matter who it is. Like I said, if they put that name right next to me, I don't care who you are. I'm gonna go out there and fight you the best of my ability.
After the reaction you got in the Narvaez fight in New York City, are you a little bit wary about maybe having a spectacle like that appear on TV again, where the fans really aren't on board?
Well, the thing with me is, don't blame me. I do the best that I can, as you can see in the Narvaez fight. It was Top Rank and HBO's pick. they wanted the guys because he was undefeated. He had a good deal. But I'm always thankful. I mean, HBO thought that it was gonna be a good fight, and I felt that it was gonna be a good fight, but I didn't expect him to do that. I was very excited for that fight, but not everybody can be right with
Has,
their prediction.
has HBO remained positive with you in the aftermath of the Narvaez fight and the Vasquez Jr.
Yeah, I mean,
fight?
they're giving me a fight, and I'm really thankful. And I'm really, really thankful for HBO for that. They've given, I think, Top Rank. This is from what I'm hearing. Top Rank came in with Miharis' name, and I came in with Matibula's name. HBO didn't want to buy the Miharis fight. Miharis. That's a Mexican
Christian
fight.
Miharis.
Yeah, Christian Miharis. There you go. So they didn't want to buy it. They wanted to buy the Matibula better. So, we got the Matibula HBO. Because they didn't want the Miharis fight.
Are there any fighters in particular that that HBO would prefer going forward?
There's a lot. I mean, if I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we of course we have Arce, who I think HBO would willing to go and buy that fight. I'm not sure about Rigondeaux because they've been really not impressed with him because of his last showing in HBO. So I don't know about that. They don't want a boring fight. But again, at 126, they'll definitely get Salido for me. So, there's just a lot of guys out there. I don't know who it is. I give them a name that I want to fight, and if it doesn't show up in my contract, that means the negotiation failed.
So 126 is on the plan for the near future.
Definitely, I think
and Salido's on the short list.
I think Salido is incredible when he beat Juan Ra. He looked good. He looked great. I mean, when he fought one Filipino kid who dropped him twice or once, he came back and stopped the kid. So how tough this guy is.
Okay, well, that just about wraps it up. Thanks for your time, and good luck with your fight.